All right. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Wait a minute. Did you have a good Christmas?
Good Christmas. Still got 2 more to do. And then we'll have New Year's, and I'm sure that'll be entertaining for everyone.
Yeah? You got big plans for New Year's?
I don't yet, but that's usually how it works out.
Yeah.
They find out the afternoon, hey, we're doing something, come over. So
Well,
that's how it works.
I get to go to a wedding.
It could be good and bad.
It's up in Carmel, which should be fine. It's for a guy that I worked with for a long time.
Okay.
My software company. So excited for him. So I'll go up there for a couple hours, and then I'll probably just come back here and probably not do much of anything.
Be in bed by 10 o'clock.
It's happened. It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
The days of going out and painting the town.
They're about done.
I'm too old for that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so did you get any good bottles for gifts this year?
I have not. Now I bought some.
Okay, you found some. That's good.
Some.
That's okay.
So,
self-gifting is all right.
It's how you do it.
I didn't actually go out and shop that much, but I know this is the season that a lot of allocated bottles and different things come out. So
you'll find stuff now that you will not find in June.
Yeah.
So.
Well, maybe I need to go venture out then and check it out. But I thought for this video and then the next video that we're going to do, we would do your 2 favorite bottles for the year.
Yep.
And then the next video, I'll share my 2 favorite bottles for the year. So obviously I can see what you got going on here. Talk us into what we're going through today.
So I brought the Penelope, and then I brought the 4 Roses Small Batch Select. The 4 Roses is fairly new to me. The Penelope, the first time I had it was here.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't 3 or 4 weeks later. I enjoyed it so much, I went out and got a bottle. And my buddy, Kyle Heminger, and I, we knocked it down in one night. One night, we took care of that bottle. It happened. So this is like my 3rd bottle of this.
Yeah.
But it's such a smooth tasting bourbon. And it was difficult to find, but now I find it at Myers all the time.
Really?
Yeah, for about $53, $54. And so for the price point, for what you're getting here, you can't really beat this.
I agree. I mean, I remember when I first started hearing about it. In fact, if you didn't put this in your top 2, it's going to be in my top 2.
Yeah,
so
it's hard to beat.
So I won't repeat that when we get to my favorites this year. But I remember the first time I've been hearing about it for a while, and the first time I tried it, we were down in Bardstown. Gosh, it was probably a little over a year ago, maybe. I'm not sure exactly when, but they had it on at the bar there, the Architect, and it was lovely. And like, I got to find this. And then I found it a couple times at good old Paragon liquor store.
That place is one of the best.
But like you said, now it's like you see it out in the wild.
You do
everywhere almost. But anyway, all right. Well, let's dive in.
I mean, you get that fruit on the nose. I mean, it's just.
It's been a minute since I've had it.
It is really good.
I can't remember the proof on this. 104. So it's at a decent proof point. I like that they have the tasting profile on this too.
Yeah, in something that's, it says it's only been aged 4 years. You would think it tastes like it's almost a tea.
Yeah, there's a lot of complexity here on the palate for sure. And I think the nose and palate are a pretty good match with one another. But yeah, it's got. I can't remember the mash bill on this, but I would guess there's a fair amount of rye.
Yeah. There's spice in it.
There's some spice.
You get it up front.
Yeah.
And then it kind of carries through.
And it's got a good mouthfeel for me. It's like I think I'm learning that I enjoy something that's a little bit more viscous.
Yeah, I agree.
Kind of just like coats your mouth almost in a like a cough syrup sort of way, medicinal sort of way. And this one has that, I think, for sure. Anything else on this one? It's such a good one.
It's so good. If you haven't had it, of all the Penelopes, this is my favorite. I've had only 3 or 4 of them, but this is my favorite.
Yeah, I've had a few. Same. There was one, in fact, that we tried that if somebody wants it, I don't remember which one it is, but if you want it, message me and I'll figure out how to get it to you, because it's probably going to sit there and linger. Although I find sometimes when you revisit a bottle that you didn't like, sometimes
it grows on you.
Something happens. But
they've either been been purchased or are going in with Ellen Hornsberg.
Yeah, MGP.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see what happens there. I hope it does not change because I really like this.
Theory, it's
it should be the same
juice already, right?
That's right.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, but it's a good pour, and definitely, folks, as Jamie suggested, and I've said today and before, get the Architect.
Yeah, outstanding. You will not be disappointed in it.
Yeah, especially if you're a bourbon fan, this is this hits in all the right spots. It's got the good mouthfeel. It's got some of the baking spices. Yeah. I'd say some nice dark fruit notes, like maybe an apricot, right? So and then you get a little bit of brown sugar. So it's got all the things that I enjoy about bourbon right there in that glass. So check it out.
I agree. What do you want to go on the?
Let's do it.
Four Roses. So this is something I just recently picked up right before Christmas and had not had it before. Previously, I have not been a huge Four Roses guy, but I took a chance on this. The select part is they kind of take 6 different recipes and kind of mash them together here. And
that's kind of the classic Four Roses approach anyway on a lot of theirs. It's their blends,
Yeah, and this has impressed me. This, like I said, I will buy this again. This was a little more from a price point standpoint. You're probably mid-60s.
Okay.
And I think a proof is the same.
Yeah.
104. So they're both the same proof point, but they're very different. Okay. And that's what I'll let you know is they're very different.
I do always like the Four Roses bottle, but like you, I have not over the years been a huge fan. But a lot of people love it. A lot of the folks that I watch that drink and taste bourbon, they rave about the Four Roses. So I haven't got this bottle yet, but I've dipped my toe back into it, and I've been okay. I've been pleased with the results so far.
And this one here, when I first cracked the bottle, and I had my first pour, I had my wife smell it, who is not a bourbon fan. Yeah, and so her words were, "It's not hideous. It doesn't smell like the rest of the bourbons you make me smell."
There's a vote,
and so that's a vote. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I mean, I still haven't got to try it, but. To me, the nose kind of has a almost like a chocolate covered cherry.
Yeah, I get that.
I mean, it just
the taste is good too. Sorry, I jumped ahead.
No, go ahead. It's just different than what I am used to from a Four Roses product. Yeah, there's a lot of fruit into this.
The dark chocolate is there too.
So
that's a good description. The chocolate covered cherry. Because you even get a little bit of the creaminess from that, I think.
Almost like a vanilla at the very end. I mean, it's very complex. I mean,
it's a good drink.
It's a good drink.
What did you say the price point roughly was on this?
About $65.
It's not crazy.
No, it's not crazy. I mean, I'd definitely do it again.
For something that has this depth of taste and complexity, I mean, I think that's what I want when I'm spending that kind of money. Mm-hmm. I don't want something that's a little flat, a little boring. Right. Now, if I'm like in the 30, 40-ish price point, I understand there might only be a couple of different notes, but this has a lot of different notes. And I like the dark chocolate, the cherry, the cream. Not quite to me as viscous as the Penelope.
No, it's not. Absolutely.
But it still has a good mouthfeel on it. So it's a really good drink.
Really good.
I thought this year was a pretty good year for bourbons too.
I think it was. I mean, I have not had a lot of bourbons that I probably wouldn't do again. Now there are some.
I've had a couple.
We had a couple
not
here.
Many, yeah. We've had a couple here.
And the ones that we have are really young, and I think they need to really mature.
It's true.
But and a couple of them that I thought were weak at the beginning are starting to grow on me a little bit. So I don't know if that's just the industry and the whole group. But
I mean, I think if you're a bourbon fan, this is a good time to be alive.
That's right.
It can be a little overwhelming at times when you're going places to figure out what bottles do I get.
Right.
And I think that's what I try to suggest. A couple people said, "Hey, I'm seeing you and Jamie talking about bourbon. I'm kind of curious. I'm not really a bourbon fan. What do I do?" And it's like, it's like maybe start at a lower tier price point.
Correct.
Like some of those ones that we had recently, the Evan Williams bottled and bond, the early times bottled and bond.
Even the Wild Turkey 101.
Wild Turkey 101. Get one of those bottles.
That's right.
And just don't worry about buying anything other than one of those entry level bottles, because some people love them and they're good, right? Like especially those three we just mentioned.
Yeah.
Those are really fantastic.
If you can get in the low 30s, Knob Creek 9.
I know.
Buy that all day.
That's what I tell people. It's the best value there is.
Absolutely.
It's a 9-year bourbon.
Yeah.
And it's usually $30-$35 somewhere in that price point. And the rye is really good too, man.
The rye is good.
It's one of the best ryes. But anyway, if you want to know or get into this, start with one of those bottles. Kind of take your time. Don't try to get in a rush to finish it, although it can be tempting at times. But just try to enjoy it and try it a few different ways. Try it neat with no ice. Maybe add a couple drops of water. Maybe add ice. Experiment with that bottle a little bit, because different bottles do different things.
Absolutely.
As you add water or ice. Sometimes you get a whole different flavor palette, which is kind of fun too. So.
And if you have questions, reach out.
Yeah, absolutely.
John or I, either one, would be happy to answer questions you have.
Absolutely. And we try to bring things to you all to give you our impressions and opinions, and hopefully you pick up maybe a couple here and there that might be good recommendations to try. Obviously, these are both Jamie's favorites for this year. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen for next year.
I am too.
I
will try a lot. I will tell you that.
Absolutely. All right. Anything else before we wrap this one up today?
No, I think that's good. Again, these are my favorites. You guys may taste these and think, oh my God, what was he thinking? But everybody's palate's a little different. But these are very quality for the price point.
100%.
So if you got questions, John and I are always available.
And we'd love to hear what your favorites are too. In fact, we recently did a video from a suggestion from a longtime friend, and I'd like to think a fan of our content. Right?
I think he's #1
fan. So if you have something that you think we should be trying, let us know, and twist our arm to drink a bourbon we haven't had before.
Yeah, but, I'll do it.
We'll take one for the team.
Yeah.
So, anyway, happy New Year, y'all, and
be safe.
Be safe. Absolutely. Take care.